welcome. Welcome to episode 88 of the Mamapreneur Podcast. I am your fabulous host in pink, Robbin. Welcome. Welcome to our show. I'm just extremely good late butt with some claps. All right. Get ready, y'all. It's just the beginning of the show with the sound effects. I'm just extremely grateful for you all to be here with us yet again for another amazing episode. You all are in for a treat. We got ladies from all parts of the country on tonight, and I just cannot wait for you all to get to know them, their journeys, their why, and all the things. So welcome, welcome. If you are new to the Mamapreneur platform, my name is Robbin Kelton, and I've been the hostess with the mostest of this show for over 4 years. And I am just extremely grateful that we get to do this again. So I want to give a shout out to Kesha Kesh, CEO of POWERTEAM. 88 episodes, sister. Let's do this. So before I get to my amazing guest, I like to put the audience to work. You're just listening to us, so you might as well go ahead and share the live. So whether you're tuning in on Facebook, tuning in on LinkedIn, tuning in on YouTube, go ahead and press that share button and share the live. If you're watching us on the replay, you will give me a hashtag replay in the chat and share the replay. I always say you never know who this show is for at that particular time, and this show may bless someone as it should. Okay, so make sure you're sharing tonight's live. So that's my first order of business for you. Next, let me know in the chat where you are tuning in from. What I love about this amazing platform is that people tune in from all over, not just the United States, but the world. And so I love when I go and look at analytics and I can see that people are tuning in to the Mamapreneur Podcast. There's over 6 million podcasts on air and they're watching me. So I feel love. So let us know in the chat where you are tuning in from. And lastly, if you are a business owner in the audience, I would like for you to put, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, I would love for you to put your business info in the chat, whether it's your business social media, website. Let's network and connect in the comments, okay? So I know I just gave y'all a lot of work at one time, and everybody gonna be all right, but we're gonna do a nice recap. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're a business owner, put your information in the chat so we can connect with you and support you, and share tonight's live or replay if you're watching the replay. Okay. Thank you in advance. Okay. So before I go into interviewing my ladies tonight, I have a few announcements. So before I get into my announcements, couple of shout outs. So Mother's Day is this weekend, and Mamapreneur Podcast, I would like to give a shout out to the mamas out there. So you ladies are out here doing it. You raising children. You are handling business. You are doing the doggone thing. So happy Mother's Day in advance to the mamas out there. All right. Happy Mama Day. That's what I say. Okay. And it is National Small Business Week. All right. Shouts out to all the small business owners out there. It is not easy to be a small business owner, but we do it anyway, and we do it with grit and resilience and integrity. Shouts out to all of the small businesses out there. So I want you all to tag a small business in the chat that has been an impact on your life. Or again, if you're a small business owner anyway in the audience, you're supposed to be tagging your business in there anyway. But if you want to shout out a small business in the chat, go ahead and do that. Show them some love. A lot of times we are go, and we don't always feel that love sometimes that we're doing, the right thing by being in business. So you might be, brightening someone's night, just tagging their business in the chat. Okay. All righty. Go out and support a small business today. All right. Few announcements. Make sure that you have subscribed to the Mamapreneur Podcast YouTube channel. So if you're on YouTube right now, make sure you are subscribing. Press that subscribe button. And after the show, if you're not on YouTube, go ahead and go to the YouTube channel, the Mamapreneur Podcast, and subscribe to get all things Mamapreneur. So even though we're streaming right now, I always put other videos in there. So, be in the know. All right. All righty. For the past 3 years, I have built this community called the Mamapreneur Tribe, which is ladies from all over the world who are in business, who are inspired to be in business, who are supporters. So if you're a woman that is looking for that network, that community, head over to Facebook and type in Mamapreneur Tribe. Join our tribe. The more, the merrier. Come in, introduce yourself, and start connecting with ladies in the group. We got some baddies in the group. So make sure that you, if you're a woman in business or just a woman, for the ladies, I know we got the men's supporters, but this particular tribe is for our ladies. And so make sure that you are joining our group and come in and engage. Okay. Okay. So along with that, I host a retreat every year for the Mamapreneur Tribe, hosting one this year in August. And we are now accepting sponsors for the retreat. And so this is a great way if you're a business owner, if you would like to get more exposure for your business, this retreat is a great way to do that. I have some amazing ladies that will be in attendance. So it's more exposure for your brand by being a sponsor for the retreat. So if you would like to know more, Kesha will post a Calendly link shortly. You will make sure you will book a call with me on that Calendly link so you can learn more about sponsorships. We're limited time only, so make sure that you get with me soon if you want to know more about the sponsorship piece or being a vendor at the retreat as well. Okay. All righty. We're running through it. We got lots to chat about. All righty. As usual, Mamapreneur always has events and such. We have monthly events every month. And so I have a webinar coming up on this Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The power of video, building trust and boosting sales. Video marketing is where it's at, guys. And so I decided to create a webinar because I get questions all the time about my videos, about creating the videos. And, a lot of people just would like to do that. They just don't know where to start. That's where I come in. So make sure you, Kesha just posted the link. Make sure that you register and join us on Tuesday night. It's an hour filled with lots of value, lots of goodies. And if you know me, I give gifts. So, but you must be present to win. So join us Tuesday night, Mamapreneur Video Marketing Webinar, the power of video. Join us, okay? Register today. You'll be glad you did. I wish I had another little microphone. You'll be glad you did. You know those old school commercials, they would say that at the end? Yeah, you will. Anyway, so my next in-person Mamapreneur event, I am collaborating with my good sis. Her name is Aisha Duru, and we are doing an event called Boba and Boundaries. As business owners, we do so much for other people, but sometimes we need to kind of put some boundaries out there, like block, no, and being okay with saying no and not feel guilty, okay? And so we're going to talk about that at Aisha's Boba Tea Shop over in Allen, Texas. So link should be posted shortly for Boba and Boundaries. There is limited seating. So if this is of interest to you, you get to come learn about why you should have boundaries and say no, network. We're going to have light bites, all the thrills and chills. So June 7th at Hello Boba in Allen, Texas, but you must register to be able to attend. So hope to see you there. and you get to get some good gems from myself and my friend Aisha Duru of Hello Boba and a new thing, life coaching. So excited about that. And lastly, I got the honor, I have the honor to be chosen to speak at PodFest. PodFest has a summit that is coming up starting tomorrow. I don't speak till Monday, but it starts tomorrow, and it's all things AI, all things creative tools. I'm going to be talking about CapCut, why CapCut is the bomb.com. If you don't know nothing about CapCut, I need you to come on. I'll be on Monday, I think 2:30 Central Time. And so there's the link there, posted in the chat. To get a discount on your ticket, you use discount code Kelton50, and you should get a discount code for registering with that. You should get a discount using that discount code. It starts tomorrow and it ends on Tuesday, but I'll be speaking on Monday. So it's going to be a lot. We did a run through today, and it's going to be some good stuff. So I know I'm going to have my pen and paper ready. So if you're a content creator out there, or you want to know more about content creating, if you're a podcaster, etc., the PodFest Masterclass is where it's at. So make sure you guys get your tickets, tune in, support me, of course. But I want you to come and have a good time and get some gems. All right. So, to my ladies. So, first person that I would like to shout out is the amazing Holly Burrow. Holly is the founder of Equal Business Solutions, which is an organization dedicated to empowering business support organizations, economic development programs, and nonprofits. As a serial entrepreneur, Holly has built businesses in the food industry from scratch, scaling concepts and managing chaos. Isn't that fun, Holly? All right. Holly focuses on growing community engagement, guiding entrepreneurs to capital and business development, and opening doors for startups. Yes, she does. She has leveraged her experience to build Equal into an organization that improves the founder experience through access to resources and connections. Everybody, I need you clapping in the chat for Holly Burrow. Woo! I am so glad that you are with us today, Holly.
Thank you for having me.
Before Holly goes into her spiel, Holly, I just finished a program that Holly was the facilitator of, and it did so much for my business and just personally, and the connections that were built in that process. And it was all thanks to Holly and Alexis, and just very grateful for you guys. So just wanted to shout that out publicly. But Holly, tell the people in the back about you and why you're so fabulous.
Well, thank you for singing our praises. We deeply appreciate the praise, because we work really hard at what we do. So I launched Equal after working during COVID to help entrepreneurs get through PPP lending. And what that opportunity gave me was the ability to see that all of these other entrepreneurs had been having the exact same experience as me, and it kind of sucked. There wasn't anybody to talk to. You would reach out for help and try to get answers to things, but there wasn't anybody to give you an answer. There wasn't anybody to try to help or direct you towards things. Most organizations that, at least personally, that I reached out to at the time that I was a new entrepreneur, they would send you to other groups that would say they would help, and it was just like a circle. And you would just run around in a circle and act crazy and waste your time. So I had this opportunity to see that all of a sudden, oh my God, everyone was having that experience, and tried to figure out what I could do to help solve that problem. So now we work across the country, and hopefully soon across the world, to help build programs that support entrepreneurs and small business owners. And that is all done from a place of just deeply wanting to change the experience of the firm.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Go ahead and put me up, Kesha, so she can see me. Okay, there you go. I was like,
it is confusing to not see you. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like, I'm here, I promise. So with Holly's program that she does, I mean, it's very detailed. What I really love, I was a part of her program for 12 weeks, and just the little things you wouldn't possibly think of. And I think it was just great to have that extra pair of eyes on your business, because you're in it. And so you go through those just the different modules. I mean, the capital one, I'm like, hell, we need to do that again. I mean, I needed to just
You could do a whole program just on figuring out capital, and you'd still be at the end like, huh, I don't think I know enough.
like, we need to repeat that course, repeat that again, because it was very meaty. That's what I mean. So I'm like, yeah. So thank you, Holly. I'm gonna come back to you, baby. I'm gonna come back to you. All right. Next, you can give Risa her close up, honey. Next, Risa Morala is a licensed marriage and family therapist in Southern California. Woo! Risa is the owner of Embrace Renewal Therapy and a wellness collective, host of The Real Family Eats, which I cannot wait to be a part of. She is dedicated to being a parenting ally, helping parents create thriving families by prioritizing their relationship. Her goal is helping parents feel less alone in the hard and supporting their success as a family. All right, y'all. More claps in the chat for Risa Morala. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Risa.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. So tell everyone how you got started, what made you say this particular niche with working with parents, because that has to be quite a bit of a journey along the way in itself.
Absolutely, it was, especially considering my bachelor's degree is actually in musical theater. The way that I found myself into becoming a licensed marriage and family therapist was definitely a winding road. But for me, part of where I found myself going into this particular niche is I originally actually started out my career in the therapy world, helping adolescents, and I kept finding myself going, I want to be more preventative. There's something else going on here. And then I became a parent myself, and I realized firsthand just how little resources there are to support the parents. And the fact that there's so much, out there in society that if we want our children to be thriving, it means we need to sacrifice ourselves, our own identities, and our relationships so that we can give everything to this child. And
Absolutely.
it's actually, thank you.
Yeah, girl, you get claps.
Yeah, and I was finding that actually it's just the opposite, that we need to really empower parents, that it's not selfish to take care of yourself, and it's actually so needed in order to actually pour into the kids in the way that we want to as parents. And so I set out giving and making that space for parents to actually invest in their own wellness, to invest in their relationships, and just really helping them know they're not alone, because parenting is already a thankless job. It doesn't have to be lonely too.
Amen. And that's good that you're providing that community in the process, with being there for those parents as they go through that journey. And hey, you kind of help prevent mom guilt a little bit, because I know some of those parents have mom guilt.
Yes. It's such a real thing. And gosh, we are doing what we can. And so it's totally okay for you to say, you know what, hang on a second. Like, I'm still a person too, and I deserve to be taken care of. And that's okay.
Absolutely. Hey, if mama's not happy, no one's happy. All right. In a nutshell. All right. Thank you, Risa.
Yeah.
What was that? Next. Now, Allison, how do I say your last name again? I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to make sure I'm saying it right.
Stanky.
Stanky, thank you. Allison Stanky is the founder of Hope Whispers. She's a certified health and wellness coach and certified holistic nutritionist. That's interesting. Come on, certified holistic nutritionist. She homeschools her large, and I love this term, neurospicy family in rural Alberta, Canada. As a recently diagnosed ADHD woman herself, she is passionate about helping other women appreciate their strengths and work with their unique brains to build energy and confidence through sustainable habits and exercise, nutrition, and self-care. Everybody give Allison some hand claps. Give her some love. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you, Robbin.
All the way from Canada. So, Allison, tell us your story.
Oh,
How long have you been going strong in this lovely business as a certified health and wellness coach and nutritionist?
I was certified in 2021, but I also had my last child in 2021, my 11th. And so I didn't really spend a lot of time marketing myself. I had actually got certified because I was supposed to work for somebody that fell through. So anyway, I had clients on and off, but it wasn't until last year after I left, I had to leave my husband.
Gotcha.
It was not safe for the kids. So after that, I decided I want to do some writing, worked at copywriting a little bit, thought, what in the world am I doing? This is not me. This is not what I want to do. And I only wanted to write for coaches. So I actually kind of accidentally ended up back into coaching. And I'm so glad I did, because I thought, oh, this is absolutely what I want to do. This is how it aligns with who I am and who I'm created to be. And I am so passionate about holistic living, because that's really my story of recreating myself and my life was through holistic means. So exercise was a big part of, finding myself, working on the trauma, gaining confidence, gaining health, sleep, nutrition, mindset, all these things. Like, I am healthier and happier and more energetic and more confident than I've been in my entire life. Thanks to, God pulling me through this, but also the holistic lifestyle. And so I love to share that with others. And because of my understanding of neurodiversity, especially ADHD, we think differently. We see the world a little bit differently, and it's harder for us to follow health regimes that and create habits around, that a neurotypical person might create for us. So my specialty is really helping women restart and get healthy in a holistic manner while honoring their unique strengths, whether they're neurodiverse or not. We all have unique strengths and desires, and working with that instead of against it is the only way to create lasting change.
Okay. And I'm hearing more women find out that they have ADHD as adults. I thought that was really interesting to hear. A lot of times you hear about ADHD and you hear about it when they're much younger, they're children. And so to hear, I just had 2 calls with 2 different people today that both said the same thing. They found out that they had ADHD as adults. And I just thought that was interesting. I'm very surprised that it wasn't caught early on, because again, you hear about it more as children having it versus adults. So, wow. Okay.
Yeah, usually for boys.
Yes.
That's a key difference.
Wow. Interesting. Thank you, Allison. I'll be right back with you. More to come, Allison. All righty. Spotlights on Caroline Baker. Caroline is a mental health nurse practitioner, content creator, and certified goal planning coach who's passionate about helping people get unstuck. Don't we all? She launched a mental health detox to give high achievers the tools they need to protect their peace, crush their goals, and stop burning out in the process. That's a whole show. All right, whether she's sharing practical tips online, leading wellness workshops, or coaching clients one-on-one, Caroline keeps it real with a focus on mindset, mental wellness, and momentum. Her motto is, You don't have to choose between mental health and success. You can have both. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Ham, Caroline Baker. Hey, girl.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
This is amazing. So, mental health detox.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it. Like, you're like, I want to turn this into a business. I want to help people protect their peace. Don't we all want to protect our peace?
Of course. Yeah. So the mental health detox, it really just kind of started a couple years ago. I would get a lot of just various questions from people about just, I want to say basic, but like surface level information about mental health. Like, what do I do if I'm struggling with depression? Like, what kind of doctor do I need to see? Or I'm stuck in a rut in my life. I really don't know what direction I'm going in. Kind of like where can I go? Or things that they were experiencing. But and so I decided, well, I'm getting a lot of these questions. People reaching out. I'm pointing them in all different directions as far as where they can go to get the education and the resources. And I'm just like, well, why don't I just create a hub for it? And so I would share like daily mental health tips on my Facebook page, just about things that I talked about or things I might have heard or read about or learned or experienced at work. And I started generating a buzz and an audience with it. And so many people would inbox me or they would say, you know what, that thing that you posted, that tip that you posted really helped me overcome some trauma that I was struggling with, or really helped me to think about things in a different perspective. And so, as it kind of grew, the whole mental health detox thing just kind of gathered legs and just started taking off. And so I went from being like the Facebook mental health tips person to I got asked to do a couple speaking engagements about mental health topics. I'm talking about depression. I was talking about anxiety, sharing all resources and stuff like that. So, I started doing speaking engagements, and then somebody was like, hey, you should do a YouTube page. I really like to go back and listen to some of the things that you talked about, or if you could do a deeper dive into some of the topics that you're talking about. So it just kind of took off from there. And now we have like this whole brand of various things all related to mental health that I'm doing.
That's great. Such a blessing for so many people. Mm-hmm. Mental health is real. I can tell people that. I tell people that COVID, especially, I think it really shined a light on mental health. Just because, hey, you was cooped up at home. Mm-hmm. So those things start to slowly come out, anxiety and depression, especially.
Yeah.
More on. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. All right. Last but not least, Shahira McGinty, known as Coach Shay, was born in Texas. She said she was here briefly, y'all. Poquito. She was here briefly in Texas, but raised in Phoenix, Arizona. She was raised in Phoenix, Arizona, but moved to Buckeye, AZ in 2006, where she always has had a passion for dance in all forms. She started a group in 2008 called Women of Power that blossomed into the United Dance Team. In 2018, United Dance Team was officially born, becoming a charitable organization. Her passion for dance and love for the youth has been a blessing to the community in many ways. She coined the phrase, dance is art, united is the canvas, with the help of her daughter. They both started the dance team and got it up and running June 13th of 2018. With the love and support of her husband, Jeremy, family, and friends, the team has grown in a major way from the day she started, with adding Palm Cheer Performance team and now an official competition cheer team. You better do it. Taking place right in Buckeye, Arizona. Her commitment to her team is never too big. I need y'all to give her some cheer, some pom-pom, something in the chat. Shahira McGinty. Hey, girl. spirit fingers, whatever you need to give her right now, okay? Hey, girl.
Hello.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad that you're here. We connected through a mutual friend who I love dearly, who should be there or almost there.
Right.
Her name is Shauna Mills, and Shauna had said nothing but great things about you and said that we should connect. And then we got to connect and told you about the show. Like, girl, come join us crazy people over here at the Mamapreneur Podcast. And you're here. And so I just want to talk to you just a little bit about United Dance Team. Talk about that. Talk about the different age ranges and things that you serve, of the little girls that you serve within United Dance Team.
Well, like you said, I am owner and founder of United Dance Team, and the ages is really open to babies from 2 years old up to adults. I don't sugarcoat it. If you want to dance, if you want to catch a beat, if you want to move your feet, we love to have you. So I'm excited to have a dance team, and I started it in June of 2018, and from that day forward, I never gave up on it. And yes, there's been ups and downs, tests and trials, challenges. Who doesn't have a challenge in their business? But it has been a great, great opportunity to see these young ladies come to practice, whether it's at our facility where we practice at, or if it's at a park outside. If we say, hey, they're practicing, then they're practicing.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just about to say, Kesha, put me back, girl. All right. So we are going to next segment, which is rapid fire roundtable questions. So ladies, I'm going to ask you some questions. Burning questions. No, I'm going to ask you guys some questions. And whoever wants to answer, you hop off mute, you answer the question, and we'll go from there. So audience, if you have any questions as well, while I'm asking them my questions, or if you are agreeing with something they are saying, make sure you type it in the chat, okay? So my first rapid fire question, what strategies have helped you grow your customer base? What strategies has helped you grow your customer base since you've been in business? Holly, go.
It's actually understanding who your customer is. And I don't mean like this much of your customer. I mean that customer. Like you need to know that one person that identifies with who you are and what you do and focus on selling to that person. Because there's more of them, but until you know who that one is, you can't sell to everybody. It doesn't work that way.
Selling to everybody is selling to nobody. Yep.
I would add getting out there. You know, you have to be seen in order to be discovered by your audience. So if you're not marketing yourself, getting out there, meeting people, networking, then nobody know you exist. So that's been the biggest one for me.
Okay. All right.
And I think just to add to that, networking in a way that's really authentic to you and just owning that space and knowing that it's okay to have a voice and to take up space.
Networking. Yes, ma'am. That's great, Risa. Yes. All right. Didn't mean to mute myself, Robbin. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else have anything to add to this before I go to my next rapid fire question? All right.
I can just echo the same thing. Networking, talking to people, having authentic conversations, and then things just grow from there. Because people will hire you if they trust you.
Selling can't be about selling. It has to be about relationships.
Absolutely. Just had that conversation with someone earlier about the relationships, just entrepreneurship and relationships just as a whole. So we're going to go around the room. So who is everyone's target audience? Because you never know who's listening. Holly?
We work with universities and economic development offices and municipalities to launch programs for entrepreneurs.
Got it. All right. Caroline? Baby Caroline froze. Okay. All right. Allison.
Target audience. Women who have maybe in their 30s and 40s who have ADHD, feel overwhelmed, tired, have a hard time creating routines that last, and just feel discouraged by all the health information out there without actually seeing the results that they want to see.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. Risa. Even though I know yours, but still,
Parents. Especially those parents that their kids didn't come with a manual. So if you don't have your manual for how to do parenting, come and see me.
That's a whole shirt. Your kids didn't come with a manual. Put your logo on it and just sell it. Sell like hotcakes. Parenting didn't come with a manual. Yeah. Y'all get ready tonight with these with the drum rolls and the sound effects. Caroline, your target audience. Oh.
My target audience would be professional men and women ages 25 up to 55, in that range.
Okay, no problem. Hey, I asked, even though I knew the answer. You never know who's listening, watching. All righty. Next one. What tools or systems do you use to stay organized and productive? Go. Holly. Holly's face.
Productive, yes, maybe not so organized. I don't know. That might be a stretch.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, keep you organized. What keeps you organized besides your calendar, child? What else
you've seen my calendar. We are actually big fans of the Loop, which is a newer Microsoft 365 add-in, and it does all the things that SharePoint I think meant to do.
Okay. It's
called
what?
It's called Loop, Loop,
and
it's part of Microsoft 365, but it's a very visual, dynamic way to work within a team, and so you can even put components of it into an email and edit it live in an email, so you don't have to hop platforms. We're loving it. I gotta say, we're loving it a lot.
So better than like a Monday.com kind of, yeah.
I like it better, but it just depends on how you and your team work, honestly. Like because we do a lot of project management kind of in verticals,
right?
So
okay. I'm gonna look it up after we're done. Okay, carry on. Okay. Anybody else? Ways that you tools or systems that you use to stay productive or organized? I know me, if it's not in the calendar, we don't know about it. But besides that.
Yeah. I'll add, I'm a big fan of Canva. That's why I do all my designing, my video editing, flyers. I mean, it's my hub for a lot of things. Also, Google Workspace has been very helpful. I mean, they have various tools on there. If you want to do video chats, your calendar syncs to it. They have calendar. You could separate calendars. You can have different pages. I mean, it's just the way it's set up is designed for the small business person. So it keeps me organized. And then lastly, ChatGPT also helps me. I keep ChatGPT as my personal virtual assistant.
Do you name yours? I found out a couple people named theirs. Goodness gracious. Ace. Who's the other? I went to a networking event once, and the guy was like Chat Gupta, and I was
I got that last part.
Huh, baby? Oh, you went on mute. Yeah, but we named Chat GPT now. I was like, okay, I guess you use it enough. It starts talking like you. Probably have a little slang to it. All the things. All right. All righty. What advice would you give a woman who is thinking about starting a business, a woman or a man in this case, who is considering starting a business? What is one piece of advice you would give them? Don't everybody jump at once.
I keep going first, so I was trying to be patient.
Oh, I get it.
If I'm gonna give one piece of advice, I would say follow the money. Figure out whether your business idea makes money before you do anything. If it's not going to make the money you need to survive, it won't survive because you'll have to move on. So if you haven't figured out if it's going to make money, don't do it.
Yeah. You have to pivot. You have to keep pivoting. You're like, all right, I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna go this direction now. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pivot. We're gonna go in this direction. And then the minute you're gonna be looking at, you're gonna be pointing at the finger at yourself because you keep pivoting to pivot versus just focusing on where the money is. I feel you on that.
And don't listen to people telling you to do it. Listen to who's popping down their credit card and paying for it, because
Yes.
those are two very, very, very different things.
Absolutely, absolutely. Risa, Allison, y'all got anything to add? Piece of advice you would tell someone if they're considering entrepreneurship?
I would say,
Make sure whatever.
go ahead, Risa.
Go for it, Allison.
Okay, I would say find a business coach or a business advisor or a group of people, local professionals or whatever that you trust that can help you guide through this, because there's so many people out there who are ready to tell you something that's going to help your business, and they're going to take your money. And so it's very, very overwhelming. And when I got into the business industry, I start to understand how people feel in the nutrition world when they're just trying to figure out what's healthy, what isn't. There's so much conflicting information. So it can be overwhelming. So I would say find yourself some kind of a guide or fellow entrepreneurs who are a few steps ahead of you who can help you.
Absolutely.
That's what we do. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's what he does. Okay, Risa.
I was just gonna say, really sitting and asking yourself if you're gonna start that business, does this world, does that kind of topic or area bring you joy? Because if it doesn't, it's really hard work and it's gonna get old real fast.
Absolutely. Oh God. So being able to stick it out, even when it's getting on your nerves, the one nerve you got left. All right. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. What boundaries do you set for yourself when it comes to balancing business and your personal life? Go.
I have a do not disturb on my phone, and I labeled it boundaries so that it comes out without me even thinking about it. And when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's right. This is no longer work time.
I love it. That's good. That's good. Okay. So for those that are coming back in, what boundaries do you set for yourself when it comes to balancing business and personal life? Anybody can go.
For me, I would say work on not overthinking things and just go with the flow. Don't overthink and don't try to fix it.
That's good. Overthinking that's a whole nother episode. Overthinking. You done pulled all your hair out talking about overthinking. Yeah.
I'll add, for me, it's just balancing, like when I'm doing family time, no work stuff. Like when I'm with my kids or with spending time with my husband, all the work stuff, entrepreneur stuff, it has to be within office hours. Like I'm strictly devoted to spending time with them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's good. Having that one day to do nothing. Whatever that one day is. Now, for me, I have to schedule mine. And I'm normally doing something. So that one day to do absolutely nothing, or that one evening, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to sit at home. I'm going to catch up on my shows. We're going to take a nap, whatever that looks like. Normally, my other form of self-care is to get on a plane and go somewhere. That's normally the normally the gist of what we do here. So, yes. So I'm asking some self-care questions, making sure that you ladies are practicing self-care because you do so much for other people. So you're helping people every day. All right. So how next, we're going to switch it up because I'm switching up all these questions. How do you handle the fear of failure in your business?
I pray.
Amen. In a nutshell.
I pray real quick, and I just tell myself, be okay.
You say you pray. I love that you went there first. You're like, yep, pray.
Pray.
Quick. All right. That's good. Hey.
I just put on blinders. So I'm just like, if I think I'm failing, I just shut it down. There's no, like, I don't allow the voice to happen.
Love it.
I'll add that I've trained myself to see failure as feedback. So in order for me to know what's working and what's not working, I need that feedback. And so that means that I'm failing miserably at something that I'm trying to pursue. That's the feedback I know for the next time when I try to do it again, what went wrong and, what to do differently.
Gotcha. Yes. Michael says, does it help to have one-on-one with your significant other about our building to help them understand the vision and mission of your business and how they will fit in when it comes to the business plan? Come on, Dr. Lewis. I know Michael, that's why I'm giving him a hard time. Anybody with a husband want to answer that?
I'll jump in on that one. It doesn't always help, honestly, because entrepreneurs are different and we have a different depth of passion for what it is we believe we're building. And so while it helps a little, they're never going to see it or feel it the way you do if they're not by nature also an entrepreneur. They can empathize and they can sympathize and they can be kind and respectful, but they won't ever see it, feel it the same way you do.
Yeah. Anybody else want to answer that before I go to my next question? Risa?
I think that if it's going to be something, that you do, just making sure kind of set expectations at the get-go that we're going into this with a spirit of curiosity and trying to get to know the other person's inner world versus we're sitting down with, let's just get really critical or go into it with judgment or assumptions.
I'll piggyback off of that. So, like you all know, I do dance, and my husband is the vice president of United Dance Team. But, not to throw him away, I'm physically always there with the cheerleaders or with the dancers. So it's like my vision mentally, he won't really understand it. And, he's my backbone with it. But like Holly said, it can work. And it cannot work. It's just you got to communicate with it and go from there.
And I'll piggyback on that and say my husband is my biggest supporter. But I know that he'll never see it the way I see it. Kind of like what you just said. He'll never be quite the same visible in the business.
Yeah. Right. That's good. That's good. All right. What keeps you going in your business? Entrepreneurship is lots of ebbs and flows. What keeps you going?
I would say, honestly, seeing the smiles of these young ladies perform. Like I said, seeing them wonder what's the next event going to be, how many people's going to be there, asking me, Miss Shay's age, are we on dirt? Are we on grass? Are we on turf? Them asking, what's the uniforms going to be? Are we getting it from Amazon? And seeing our coaches get excited as well. So I would say the girls itself, they're them actually performing and be like, oh my God, we did good. We didn't mess up this time. So I honestly would say the girls.
Absolutely. I feel like then when they go and perform and stuff, that's always cool. They get recognized. That's always cool, Yeah. Okay.
Like Shahira, I would say who you're doing it for. So I love working with clients and seeing that aha moment or that emotional moment where they make that connection and have that breakthrough. But also I know that this is really aligned with who I am, and I can't imagine doing anything else I just can't imagine doing anything else. So I feel like there's no other options. I mean, other than singing, but that's another business I plan on starting. But this is what I want to do.
Yeah. And I can tell that it's a passion of yours just to see you light up talking about it. Yeah. Anyone else?
I'll add, I think what keeps me going is like that one random person that'll send me a message and say, that really helped me. And it's like, oh, I reached just one person. That's all I needed. Like just that one. If I could just touch one person, then that's just enough to keep the fire going. So that's always my goal.
And what keeps me going is all of we honestly at this point get to help a lot of business owners, and it's amazing. On a daily basis, we get at least 10, maybe 50, depending on the day, the week, the month, entrepreneurs giving us feedback, telling us how things that they have learned through us, or we've opened doors to, telling us my life wouldn't be the same if I hadn't had this moment. So that's pretty freaking epic on a regular basis.
Yes. Yep. Okay, we're ready tonight for the sound effects. Okay, Risa.
I similarly, I think when I get those beautiful moments to see the joy and the love come back into the eyes of the parents that I work with, and the fact that it then gives them more capacity to give it and pour it into their children, and kind of the ripple effects, that's amazing for me.
Absolutely. For me, it's for the person who is extremely scared to come on to the show, what you guys are doing right now, and then to get a text after, dude, that was fun. Can we do that again? Because I'm talking one off the ledge. This was a couple months ago, talking them off the ledge to even just come and promote their business. This person was very much an introvert and was about to back out. And so thank God she didn't. And she came on, and you would have been able to tell that she was nervous. And then got the text after the fact, was like, I almost backed out. This was amazing. And I'm already getting messages of people that want to work with me since getting off the call. Thank you. So things like that. I'm like, pat on the back, But I love bringing that out of people, out of their comfort zones. And then you see them off later doing more public speaking and stepping outside of their shell in their business. So yes. All right. We're about wrapped up. So give me one word that describes your business. I'm pretty sure it's many. One word that describes your business. So if the person that's watching you right now that do not know who any of you are, give them a word that may convince them they may want to work with you.
For me, I would say growth.
Come on, growth. All right. Love it.
I would say me would be authentic.
I would say impact or impactful.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, impact would be right. Okay.
Breakthrough.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a compound word, so I cheated.
No, hey, compound on the way. Yeah, that's fine.
You got to work with what you got. Cheat when you have to.
Hey, and it's the word that came to mind, so that is okay.
It's a good one.
Yes.
Well, Allison, I was just about to do a hyphenated word.
That's fine.
So, cycle breaker.
So you can get that also put on a nice shirt that you are a cycle breaker, and you can get your nice logo there and make a little poem.
All sorts of merch coming out from today.
Yeah, I'm here for you. If you want to get it in a nice mug, like I don't have my Mamapreneur mug right now, but if you want to do a nice mug, a nice cup, cycle breaker, I'm here for it.
Yeah. In fact, I do totes that say carry luggage, not baggage. So that is ones that I do.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Look at you. All righty. So, as we wrap up, let us know what's next for you ladies and your brands. What's next? Whoever wants to go.
For me and my brand, I see a tunnel of major growth and working extremely hard on getting our girls their actual own dance studio here in Buckeye, Arizona.
All right. You're in the works now, right now?
Sorta, I'm looking at different buildings and different places. I have seen recently a few spots that have went on for sale and for rent. So that's one big goal for us to actually have a studio out here that we can call our own home with our name building. UDT Studio.
It's nothing like your own stuff.
Oh
I
no.
love it.
Oh no. Yep.
Okay. All right. I can't wait to hear all about it when it happens.
Cross them fingers. I'm working on it.
Okay. What's next?
For the mental health detox, next we are moving into the space of doing workshops and courses. So more to come, especially with the goal planning and life coaching services and helping people to shift their mindset, gain momentum, accomplish their goals, and just get unstuck. So I'm really like honing in and focusing on that specific element of the brand and just getting it out there so people can access it from all over the world.
Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. What's next for everybody?
We are in heavy growth mode, so we are expanding. And my goal is to be in 15 states by the end of this year and 25 by the end of next year. So we're rolling.
How many states now, Holly?
7.
Okay, you'll get there.
We're rolling. I mean, we're only 4 years old. We're going.
You're already on your way. You be traveling. I think you got more flyer miles than me. All right, go ahead.
I love me an airplane.
I believe it. I think Holly had went to like 2 or 3 places within like a month's time, a couple weeks time. I was like, man, I thought I was on tour. No, it's Holly. That's okay though. Hey, that means you're working. That means people want you. They want your services. So nothing wrong with that. All right. What's next, Risa? Allison?
Well, yeah, for me, next thing we've got season 2 of the podcast that's going to be starting up here next week. Summer dates for the virtual couples and parenting workshops have just been released. And the TEDx talk that I gave will be coming out here shortly.
Oh my goodness.
So you can see
Congratulations.
that. Thank you. And the paperback of the anthology book that I wrote a chapter in is out. And you can get that on Amazon. So those are all the things that we've got going on.
That's amazing. TEDx talk. What was your was it within California or did you have to go? I know some people have to fly and kind of.
It was in Las Vegas. I had to do it in Las Vegas, and it's all about parenting and really just that push to move just our society, move away from criticism of parents into supporting parents.
I love that. That is a goal of mine. That is a bucket list. I just submitted an application for one, so hopefully we get chosen. But yeah, that is a bucket list item to do a TEDx talk. Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Risa. Allison.
Thank you.
I'm just going to continue expanding my reach, and I just accepted an internship. I'm going to be doing some more schooling to be a master neurodivergent coach, so I can expand beyond women with ADHD and really help anyone who'd be neurodivergent.
Let everyone know how you can be reached, Allison.
The easiest way, the website, Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, everything's right on my website, hopeswhispers.ca.
Okay. Hope Whispers. All right. Risa, how can you be followed?
EmbraceRenewalTherapy.com. You can find socials, you can find the podcast, everything you want to know.
Amazing, amazing. Coach Shay.
UnitedDanceAZ.com. That is the website.
All right. Awesome. All righty. Holly. You're muted.
For heaven's sakes. You can find us at equal.co.
All right. Caroline.
Yeah, so you can visit us at thementalhealthdetox.com.
Amazing, amazing. And you can follow me at Mamapreneur Podcast on all platforms. Okay. All right. So thank you, ladies, so much for being here tonight for episode 88. I'm truly grateful and appreciative to each of you. And I'm just glad that you all here to share your stories and all the things. Thank you, audience, so much for tuning in tonight. I hope that you guys had your pen and your paper ready. Some gems were dropped this evening. And thank you guys so much for your support every second and fourth Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And make sure you're subscribing to the Mamapreneur YouTube channel. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a blessed night.